Good morning, my fellow readers. Welcome to Ren Reads. I just woke up, hence the pajama-esque look. And today's going to be a reading vlog on The Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky. If you saw in my previous video, which was my February TBR, I randomly chose this book and I started it last night. So today is February 2nd and I started this last night, February 1st, and I've already read 105 pages and it's pretty good so far, let me tell you. Okay, so I'm not annotating the book. I'm just putting sticky notes on like where I should read and where I should stop to finish the book in order to finish like in a week or whatever. So yeah, the book format's very different than what I expected. Like there's some text dialogue, like there's parts of the book, like I'm about to start part 3 and I didn't know there was that. So I guess I'll start with my initial thoughts. Part 1 was really good. The beginning was a little bit like just story building, so it wasn't like all that interesting, but like the end of part 1, it had some thriller building up. And then part 2, I was like, what does this story have to do with anything? And then the end of part 2, that's when like I was like, what? I don't know if I want to do like spoilers in this vlog or not, but it's like hard to not talk about the spoilers. Not a lot, but also a lot has happened in the first 100 pages. So today I'm going to read from 111 to 189. So not that many pages whatsoever, but I'm excited to continue with this book and I hope you enjoy this reading vlog. If you do, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, comment down below on what you're reading currently, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. And let's just continue with the reading vlog of Imaginary Friend. So, let me just tell y'all real quick. So this little boy Christopher got lost into these woods called Mission Street Woods, and whenever him and his mom were looking for a house because they won the lottery, they found like the perfect house, but the catch was that it was right next to the Mission Street Woods. Like it was literally in their backyard, and the mom was like, I don't know about living here because this is the woods that you got lost. And then the sheriff came to like help her like make a decision, and he was like, we looked everywhere in the woods, like there's nothing in the woods and stuff. And then the first night that they're there, Christopher like hears a voice, because whenever he got missing in the woods he kept on saying that this old man or this nice man like rescued him or whatever, which I don't know for sure yet. I think he's like talking to a ghost, or that's where like his imaginary friend is, the nice man. And he heard whispers that night, and then he went back into the woods. Like this kid, I don't know, apparently like he went to the woods, heard a voice, and he was like, and the nice man said, did you like the new house that I got y'all? And I don't know, it was just creepy. And then now they're talking about building a tree house in his backyard, and his friends are like, why are we building a treehouse in your backyard when we have like a perfectly nice warm TV, or a nice warm room with a TV in your house? He was like, we're not building it in my backyard, we're building it in the woods. So like he does not want to get away from these woods, even though he was lost in there for 6 days. He's just so hard-headed. I hope nothing goes wrong with these woods or with this nice man. I don't know. at work right now, and I read on my way to work, which is about like 30 minutes worth of reading, and I'm at chapter 29. And I forgot to like say previously, like there's this crazy old woman in the book, and she keeps on telling Christopher and like random people that everyone's gonna die on Christmas. So like I think she's actually saying the truth, or like I feel like something like bad is going to happen on Christmas, because you know some crazy people be telling the truth. And anyways, so the boys like secretly went to the woods to make a tree house, and while they were asleep, Christopher was talking to the nice man again, and he was telling him to dig up treasure, which ended up being like a child's skeleton. So like the police was involved, and then Christopher's mom got really mad and said he can't be in the woods anymore. So that's all that's happened so far. Not really like anything major. I'll update y'all later. Alright guys, I am shook. The last part I just read is so good. So I just finished chapter 29, and I didn't tell y'all, but before the book even started, they included like this chapter of this kid named David who had the same effects as Christopher now. Like he heard people like voices in his head and like this hissing lady and stuff. And at the end of that chapter, it says that he walked into the woods and like never came out. And the kid, or like the bones that they found, that the kids found, is that boy, because that chapter was based 50 years ago, and then the police officer just did an autopsy on the skeleton that the boys found, and it was buried 50 years ago. And then at the end of the chapter it says the victim was buried alive. It's getting so good. Okay, so I'm back with an update. I am nearly on page 300. It's one of these sticky notes. Yeah, so I'm on page 299, which is chapter 51. And the last time I updated y'all on, I was on chapter 27 or 24 or something, 20 something. So a lot has happened. Before I get into that, like if you're planning on reading this book, there's a lot of trigger warnings. So if you're sensitive to certain ones, then make sure you look it up and see what kind of trigger warnings are in this book, because there's a lot of stuff in this book that might like affect people or whatever. This book's pretty messed up. But anyways, so after David's first encounter into the imaginary world, apparently he has superpowers now. Superpowers is kind of like overrated, but he has powers, which is kind of weird. He also has like bad dreams and kind of lives through those bad dreams, and him sleeping can allow him to go to the imaginary world, which also is a bad thing because he hasn't been sleeping lately because of that. And so one day in school, they were taking like a state exam or whatever, and David fell asleep and he was put into this horrible dream that was actually kind of real in his imaginary world. And after he woke up from that bad dream, he like wet himself and he went to the restroom and like was trying to dry his pants and stuff. And then the bullies that like make fun of him, they went in there, and his friends went in there, and then they all had like a duel, like they were all fighting and stuff. And then he was trying to calm down the matter, and he was like touching people's arms, and the arms that he touched of the bullies, like they would burn and blister up. And then the arms that he would touch of his friends, he would like heal them in a way. So he does have powers, which is like actually pretty neat. At first I thought it was like kind of cheesy, like really he has powers, but later on it shows that everyone that he touched woke up around the same time. It was like 2:17 a.m. I forgot which chapter it was, but it's one of my like most interesting chapters that I read. all the people that he touched woke up around the same time, the same night, 217, and they all experienced different things. But yeah, I don't know if I already told y'all, but today is February 4th, Thursday. So I plan on finishing this Sunday or maybe even Saturday. Okay, so I'm in my living room and I just read a little bit more of Imaginary Friend. And let me tell you, there's not a dull moment in this book so far. I'm about to hit halfway mark and I just read like a super sad scene and it like hit me to the heart. Okay, so whenever Christopher's done using his powers, his nose like gushes blood every single time. And he just helped the old lady that kept on saying, y'all are gonna die on Christmas Day. He touched her and healed her from Alzheimer's. And it says that she is lucid, bright, and happy now. So that was nice of him to do that. And then literally at the end of the paragraph, Christopher looks up to his mom and he says, "Mommy, I think I'm dying." I'm so sad. Like, I really hope Christopher doesn't die. It's literally halfway through the book and he cannot die on me. It's just sad that he said that. Like, right when I read the line, I was like, no, Christopher. But yeah, that's what's happened so far. I just had to tell y'all that because this book is making me feel emotional. And that's when you know it's a good book. What? What? That makes no sense. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. So I'm on page 354 on chapter 61. And I just read something that like is very confusing. Okay, so this book has a lot of religion in it. So like everyone is Catholic, I believe, either Catholic or Christian, but I think it's Catholic. And there's this character named Mary Catherine. She was the girl who rescued Christopher when he came out the woods that one night. Mary Catherine has a boyfriend named Doug, and when Christopher touched her arm, it made her have the desire for sex or whatever with Doug. So she raced to Doug's house and she had oral sex, but I don't know, like I don't know, it's hard to explain. But so she had oral sex with Doug, and then a few weeks later the Virgin Mary came and visited her in the dream, and now she just took a pregnancy test and she's pregnant. Like, what? There's literally another Mary going to be pregnant, being a virgin. That makes no sense. Like, this book is literally all over the place, but it's like still intriguing. But I don't know. I wonder where it's gonna go from there, because she's been throwing up a lot. She felt a little bump on her stomach, and she was like, there's no way I can be pregnant. Like, I didn't even have intercourse or anything. And then she took the test and then she's pregnant. Like, that just makes no sense. Oh my gosh. But yeah. Oh, today is February 5th, by the way. It's Thursday. Oh wait, is it Thursday? No, it's Friday. Friday, February 5th. And I still have this much left to go. I'm gonna try to read as much as I can today, and hopefully finish tomorrow or Sunday. I'm still shook. Oh my gosh. So today is February 5th on a Saturday, and I just finished Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky, and oh my gosh, this book is freaking amazing. Definitely gonna be rating this a 5 out of 5 stars because it was literally action packed throughout the whole book, and then the last like 300 to 400 pages was there was like a huge twist that I didn't even think would happen, and it just involved more action pack, and this was just such a great book. If any of y'all have read this, comment down below on your thoughts about this book, because I really want to hear like everyone else's opinions and stuff on it, because to me, like, I don't know of a book that could surpass the greatness of this one. Like, it's not just thriller, like, it's definitely horror. There's definitely some scary moments in this book. And I don't want to like say anything. I know I said spoilers like previously in the vlog, but I don't want to say what the big twist is, just in case if y'all still want to read it. I'm totally fine with the ending. The ending was great. I keep on saying I'm just like in loss for words of how good this book is. So that is the first book completed in my February TBR. I'm so glad I started with this one. I only read it because it's the thickest book and I wanted to hurry up and get it over with, but it ended up being such a great book. Once again, I'm rating it 5 stars, and I already like want to reread it. Like, definitely recommend this book if you love thriller, horror, basically anything. I feel like anyone would like this book, besides like the trigger warnings that I mentioned in the previous clips. But yeah, that concludes my first reading vlog on this channel. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Click that red button down below to subscribe. And once again, comment down below if you read this book, because I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Yeah, I guess I'll just see y'all next time. Bye.